And you have the bonus skill as well, the disruptor. Batrider is very good because
Mhm.
people, when they push towers, and the Batrider does come over, you start running away, and that's where the disruptor comes into play. Though Kips, I don't know if you noticed, I stopped with my talking fast, and you didn't suggest the Batrider, so this time it is not my fault.
Accepted. I will talk even faster next time to get the Batrider in.
Yeah, that is true, guys. Just a little bit of context there. I was talking too much, and then Kips, and I believe her, I really do, said, "Oh, I was about to suggest the Batrider, but you just wouldn't stop talking, so now I'm just doing my best to be as fast as possible." But Lifestealer comes out. This is the first Lifestealer I see in this tournament. I don't know if this is the first one overall, but definitely the only one that you and me have casted, and a pretty good game for a Lifestealer at that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some supports here to munch on who are absolutely helpless without force staffs or anybody to help you out. You lane very well versus a bat rider if that is necessary to do if that's an offlane bat rider. I do hope it's not an offlane bat though, too farmy for my tastes. But you eat the primal beast alive mostly as well. The primal beast has a way to get away from you, but depending on what your Marcy or your Clockwork is doing, you might actually have a lane with even kill potential versus a primal beast, which would be a problem because primal beast really relies on getting off to a good start and getting to that BKB fast.
That does look like a pretty decent pick. You also have a Clockwork for the Infest, though Infests in the past have been used for that, but nowadays you mostly use it to save one of your hero with the heals. But does look like a pretty decent Lifestealer pick. He also will have the Marcy sidekick to give him some damage. We know that Lifestealer at some point in the game he starts missing out on the damage until he gets like his third item. We'll see if that's gonna be the case this game, or will he have just enough to deal with them. So Terrorblade, is this a Terrorblade game? This looks like a Terrorblade game.
This does smell like a Terrorblade game, doesn't it? Like between the wave push, the lack of magic damage over on Polaris, they've just banned out both the Quap and the Puck as well, both overwhelming magical damage dealers. And yeah, there's not actually a Naga Siren available to capitalize on that. So I'm in. Show me the TV.
Yeah, I would maybe a PL, but then the Lifestealer could go for a Radiance build or a Maelstrom build.
Yes.
That I think Terrorblade is just uncounterable by the Lifestealer, and not a lot of heroes left in the pool to deal with him now, especially with the Queen of Pain and the Puck being banned out.
Yeah, like you start getting towards Zeus being one of the few proper counters left in the pool because there's
Yep,
no space on your lineup for Drow anymore either.
that is true. But they are taking their time, EHOME. Anything else that we might be missing here that they might want to take?
Mm, any of the missing carries here? I mean, you could just get like a good melee matchup if you want to be faster. But
Monkey?
yeah, exactly. I was thinking about the monkey. But after you've gotten to know Polaris a little bit, I don't think you're too afraid of them going too fast for you. Which is, I know that sounds a little bit insulting towards Polaris, but they just haven't been that pedal to the metal at all.
Yeah, they've been rather slow in their approaches to the games. In the group stages, they were slightly faster, especially at the start of the tournament, but they have been
Yeah.
slightly reverting back to, passive gameplay. So Terrorblade, quite normal there to expect. So are we seeing a Zeus here? They would have a lot of global presence, and you could say that Polaris are missing out on the damage a bit.
Yeah, I mean, there's also a lot of good heroes to get on top of him and hunt him, though, so it doesn't feel like a safe pick. But otherwise, you're getting into Underlord territory, which is all right for this game, I suppose. Like you match the global potential of your Nature's Prophet there as well. You get good illusion clear, but it is not like late enough of a counter towards TB. So Darkseer then. Um,
You send the Nature's Prophet in the mid against the Bat. Okay, there's a Darkseer.
yeah,
Nice call. Nice call. Definitely beautiful. This is such a good pick for Polaris. Well played, Kips. It is. Oh my god, I'm loving this actually. Yes, Nature's Prophet might suffer in the lane, but this is. Now you don't have a late game problem any longer.
nope. No, this Darkseer literally matches Terrorblade blow for blow because that normal punch is going to come out and he is going to punch your soul. And I guess Terrorblade does have one out of you and it will rip you to shreds.
That does make sense. I'm loving this Polaris draft. I actually cannot go against this Polaris draft. Lifestealer, the one thing that he misses is mobility, not any longer. The other thing that he might miss is damage. Marcy buffs him there. Darkseer, Clockwork, when these two in combo, they do a lot of damage and the Nature's Prophet will help there. I'm just so hyped for this one. If there's something that EHOME can do, it's Knight that crushes the map because he destroys Mac in the lane. But I think that the Marcy and the Clockwork are gonna be on TP duty for sure. So I'm all in on Polaris here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go with EHOME here. Like, the Darkseer is for sure a counter to the Terrorblade, but he has a lot of other things to worry about that are not this TB in this game here. As far as the map play is concerned, I think there's definitely a benefit here for the side of EHOME. I think they're the better team. I think they have enough run at you heroes that they can pressure Polaris back and give this TB an actual game where he's not just the one standing alone versus that Darkseer. So yeah, I'm willing to gamble on the team that just literally threw a win away.
Yep. Difference of opinion again. Kips was right the previous time, and it does make sense considering that she is a analyst. You know, you are here to be smart, and you were. Akashi says always rise. What does that mean?
Always rise? Interesting.
I don't know.
I know fall 7 rise 8, right? Which is, you know, always get up one more time than you've been punched down. But
okay, now we found out something that TNC. Okay, now they're calling each other overweight there, and everyone is having a laugh, and I'm so happy about it. So no one is gonna be taking it too harsh.
Kashi knows etiquette. You don't call out people on their weight. Bad manners. Yes, ban him. Correct.
Yeah, we'll see if admins have something to say about that one. But as long as it's friendly banter, I don't mind it. If no one is getting too mad, I'm quite happy about it. LW, he might get disposed close, but nope, not gonna be happening. Triant's actually blocking Jing a bit.
Yeah, but I don't think that you fight 3 heroes up into, like, once you've been fade vaulted, it's just all like, time to go home.
So it is gonna be a 4 Marcy. So Jing is gonna be laning with Bok. Would you prefer the Clockwork? Oh, they sent the TB to the mid lane. This is so cool for EHOME. This is so cool because the Nature's Prophet doesn't do anything to you.
No, absolutely not. All he has is physical damage. That's all he does. Single target physical damage. TB loves that. And yeah, you don't even really have to go to Reflection in this lane. Because the NP doesn't do anything to your illusions either. He can't clear them. And that means that you actually get to run the Batrider versus the Darkseer here in the top lane, who's going to do a hell of a lot better than the TB, who would have struggled.
Yeah, but
I mean,
is he gonna do better than he would have done against the MP?
That probably not. Like, you are saving your Terrorblades game here at the cost of a game for your bat. I would actually normally not be in favor. I think you should favor the Space Maker over the one that the space would be made for. But at the same time, like, this TB is going to have to be your solution mostly this game. And actually, like, he also needs to go the low stats build this game, right? Otherwise, your illusions are going to be too much to deal with.
Bok did move himself to the mid lane, so he does want to be against MKS whatsoever in the mid lane. Of course, you're not going to be able to dive, apply as much pressure as you would in the off lane, but this is going to be a mid lane Darkseer, so you can imagine how much farm this guy is going to have.
Absolutely, and this is the matchup to watch for the rest of the game. So we have all eyes on the big deal for this game. Of course, I have absolutely no predictions for how this lane is going to go. It's because I didn't pay attention in in analyst school and missed the day where they did Darkseer versus TB.
Yeah, well, MKS is crushing it with the denies. He's denying everything in front of Bok. And now he's gonna give him a tip. Yeah, come to my lane, my friend. You are gonna do nothing here. Now it is gonna be an Iron Shell level 2, so that does change things a bit, but we'll see just how much.
It does. It's going to start hurting more and more. And of course, MKS not exactly a great a rune secure or a bottle builder over on that TB. So I imagine that at some point you get in trouble with the regen here, but we'll see how he adapts to this extraordinary occasion.
And Bok, he's gonna be buying a bottle. He understands I'm a mid laner now. Bottom lane. So it is gonna be two melee heroes on one side versus a Rubik and the Primal Beast on the other. Does seem like a pretty decent lane for EHOME.
Yep, of course, like the Clockwork would be really nice versus Xiaoyu on that Primal Beast if he can actually get over there. But with Salad running interference, I don't actually think you're going to get over towards him that much at all. You have to rely on, you know, Salad stepping out.
I'll see if he does do that one. For now, Salad is just gonna be taking a bounty rune, and we're gonna be seeing heroes farming everywhere on the map. Currently, Polaris are coming out slightly ahead when we look at the CS, but overall, it's none of the cores really on either side are getting shut down so far.
With the big winner of that being Mac on the Nature's Prophet, who got just a little bit extra EXP in that mid lane to start off with, and that means that he's a bit ahead of Knight, and he's actually wrecking him on the denies right now.
MKS, he popped the meta, and he's in so much trouble right now. They're going for him, and they will get the kill. It's gonna be CML that gets it from downtown. Bok tries to run away. Not gonna be happening, though, with the glimpse. It is gonna be enough damage, especially with the tower going in. Jink, he still wants to fight. He goes for LW. This guy's a brawler. This guy wants to fight. He's gonna be getting nothing out of that fight that he looked for, because Salad just finishes off Jink. Actually, in the end, it is gonna be creeped, but EHOME, they do get the return kills.
That level in the rocket flare from CML making the difference there. I do actually think that MKS is probably out if he doesn't skill that, right? Because the Marcia is already too far away.
Yep, and Bok, maybe Bok would have been able to run him down, but it would have been very close. Either way, it would have been very, very close. This way, you seal the deal there as fast as possible. As we talk about sealing the deal, LW will be dying on the top lane. Mac really does pack a punch here.
CML just about survived the trample here from Xiaoyu, and now 2 vs 1 in trees as Xiaoyu takes that one. Let's see if he can sneak his way on out of there. Yep.
He'll be fine. Extra armor from the uproar. Akashi doesn't want to go forward, even with 2 points in Ghoul Frenzy. You don't feel confident enough just running that guy down.
No, just a little bit too big of a bite for you to take, even as a lifestealer. I think his jaw unhinges like a snake, you know? You ever seen one of those egg-eating snakes? I think lifestealer works like that.
Mac in some trouble, but with Jink showing his face there, it is gonna be enough for EHOME to think twice about it. And actually, Polaris are coming in. They're gonna pull the bat into the tower. Actually, the creeps are already being attacked by it, but look at how much damage Knight is taking. Mac, he wants to go forward. They have nothing. Oh, he ate the wrong tree. If he was gonna go that route, he would have died either way, and in the end, Knight will be going down.
Yeah, and you could see that Mac there was just counting down that Firefly buff, sprouting him exactly when the flames run out and when the Bat Rider can no longer get away.
They want the Terrorblade again. They will catch him. Dispose. Oh, twice in a row. It is going to be stopped there. But TPs are coming in. They want to save MKS. There's going to be a nice one pulled there. But Bok, not going to be enough. CML is going forward. They really want MKS to die, but he's going to be surviving still. 67 HP. Just enough for the Terrorblade to live through all of this. And Bok, he doesn't dare go in again. He's going to be hoping for the rune. No rune there for you. And MKS, why did you come back into that one? Now he might die to the illusion of himself. But no, way too low. And his own illusion will be winning that battle.
Man, this mid lane Darkseer with all of these levels, like 3 levels Iron Shell right now and all the supports rotating into him. He has 2 brawling supports, both with Iron Shell. This wouldn't have been nearly as bad if he was on a side lane, but because he's on a mid lane, because MKS has tempted him here, he actually has given both of his supports phenomenal roaming opportunities. And this decision is really going back to bite MKS in the butt. He should have been safely on a side lane. Oh my lord.
Yeah, he's gonna be dying right now. Polaris, they're getting a 2k gold lead, even though EHOME, they did turn that fight around in the mid lane. They're losing towers, they're losing the lanes, they're losing everything, and the lifestealer is just continuing to farm. He doesn't care about the Primal Beast, and this is gonna be a second tower, might even be a salad kill. At least he does have the telekinesis to keep himself safe, but Zhao Yu comes over to try to defend what little is left of this tower. Goes on to Mag, that would be a big kill if he can get it, but nice vacuum there from Bok. Just gets Zhao Yu away. He does does have the mana there. Will start pulverizing the Marcy. Immediately will be cancelled by CML. Battery Assault at the ready. They kill Salad and they're going for more EHOME. They want to run, but look at how fast CML is. One more punch. It is going to be enough for Bok to get the kill with the Iron Shell. Zhao Yu hiding in the trees. The only thing he can do. And there is no one that can defend this tower now.
Yep. And I gotta say, everything that can go right for Polaris just is going right at the moment. Xiaoyu makes an attempt.
Jing dropping low. Okay, at least they're gonna be bringing down Jing. CML, can he get out of this one alive with the beautiful cogs? Lasso at the ready. Push back. Don't touch our clock. And he's gonna be fine.
Yep. I guess this means that Knight is going to take over the mid lane now. Terrorblade, at least he has the levels right. Hasn't taken any in reflection, so he's full conjure image plus 2 in the metamorphosis. He's going to be farming like a beast over in the jungle, but he's already being watched. His mid lane tower is already down. He is going to be preyed upon by these supports running at him with the ion shells on, and soon they're going to also have a hookshot to add into that mix. Like this is such a dangerous game.
Yeah, for sure, and they do have already a deep ward there in the enemy triangle. CML will deward the one that was just placed, and Salad, he's gonna be giving him a tip. Good job, bro. Now it's just Salad. He needs to find that ward, but he doesn't know where it is currently.
Nope, and he really, I mean, he spent his meager funds on another sentry here, but if he gets this one right, he would be really, he should buy a lottery ticket. Well, yeah, he should.
He found it. It is gonna be there, so Salad, he does get the ward down. That's gonna be quite big, because Terrorblade dying in his own triangle would have been a disaster. Now, it's probably not going to happen, but EHOME, how do you make plays? Your Bat is under-leveled, your Primal Beast doesn't have that much farm. It is just looking like they're gonna be stuck in farming mode for a very long time, and Polaris, they don't lose the late game.
Nope. No, they don't. Like, the best that EHOME can hope for a late game is a 50-50, where they have slightly more initiating power and they can hopefully find this Darkseer, maybe, somehow. But up until, like, you first need to get there. And right now, yeah, your Batrider is rather underfarmed and is getting gone on.
Yeah, Batrider is being destroyed. One more hit from Maki. Will be sent back with a glimpse there at night. We'll have the flame break to keep Jing away. So at least they keep him alive. Xiaoyu has rotated towards the top lane, but do the two of them actually have the damage to bring down Mac?
I think they do, but they just caught a glimpse of him. No pun intended, because that is on cooldown.
But it is gonna be off cooldown right now. LW is gonna send CML away, but that will not change the fact that you are gone and abandoned by our Primal Beast.
Man, this Batrider is just scraping together the farm for...
CML? Gonna try to leave? Nah.
I suppose that's as good of a lasso as you're going to get, right? With 2 of your outer towers already down and you having absolutely nothing. That's... You finish off your boots of travel, you will actually be adding speed, which adds threat to you. And you're going to be able to deal way better with these constantly shoving waves, because Nature's Prophet Darkseer does a lot of work behind the scenes that's really hard to cast, but even harder to play against.
I really would have liked the Ags on the Nature's Prophet in this game, especially with the way how it went. But I guess he bought the Javelin way too early there. So at that point, you are just committed to this build.
You are, and to be fair, a little bit of extra lockdown is not going to hurt you, as well as, of course, the magical damage that comes out from the Gleipnir in clearing the illusions. It gives you some potential to work against the Terrorblade, even when you're not ready to commit to Bok and his arsenal of spells.
That is definitely true. EHOME, let's see what they can do. They did find the Darkseer. He has a mech, not the easiest hero to kill. He's gonna be smashed into the ground, but he'll get his mech off. And now you're a bit too deep, Xiaoyu, aren't you? You can start stomping the ground, but the one that the ground will take is you. And it is gonna be Bok, the one that you attempted to kill, that secures it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, I understand where you make the play. It was a little bit unfortunate that Bok gets knocked out of the static storm by the onslaught there, and then you're too far away for your Batrider to really be able to help you deal any more damage, and the Primal Base is just on his own.
The goal lead is continuing to increase for Polaris. They just have heroes like that. The Terrorblade finally he is stopping the network chart out of his own heroes. But comparing him to Polaris heroes, he's just a poor boy. And they are all looking very, very strong right now on the Radiant side. So EHOME, how do you even make plays? What do you even do? I mean, those kind of dives, they're just not gonna work.
But on the other hand, I feel like you sort of have to try them just because otherwise you're reliant on Polaris to, you know, throw you a bone. Which is, at this point, I'm not sure they're going to do. Because taking a risk on a late game here, Polaris is fine with that. They have been passive. They have not been very likely to make these hyper-aggressive moves. Like, there hasn't even been a hookshot from this Clockwork yet. And he has Surge. He has Iron Shell behind him. Now we get one.
There's the hook shot. Rubik has a stolen rage. That should be enough for him to escape. Akashi goes for the real one. And the wall was placed as well. It has been stolen. Wall will not protect you. Will break right through it. Jing does die on the other side of the map. And the Lifestealer are being pulled in a very uncomfortable position. They do not have the kinetic field, but he has to go through his own wall. And MKS is on the other side of it, just crushing him and his supports as well. There's the fight for EHOME. The one that they were looking for.
Absolutely, and sure, it still cost you 2 heroes here with the Primal Beast also still dying on the bot lane, but that probably kept the nature's profit out of your hair.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was the worst case scenario for Polaris.
Salad redemption arc with those steals.
I mean, I'd love to, yes, please, because he has been so good on his Rubik, and what happened earlier today is really feeling like just a very bad dream. They're gonna def this tower though.
Clockwork gonna be sent to the base, but he already did use his hook shot. Terrorblade has his ulti. He's gonna be caught. Is he gonna be using it? No, he gets smashed before at night. He comes over. Yes, we did want the bonus score. Thank you. Thank you for offering yourself to us. This is exactly what Polaris were looking for. And Jing, he is still chasing. His power is unleashed. And look from the side. Bok will come, but they will not be chasing forward.
Absolutely not. And that is just another outer tower gone.
MKS. So this feels pretty bad there. Kind of like his Monkey King game, though this time around I don't really see him coming into the late game and just winning.
No, it's not going to be nearly as straightforward this time around. And this Darkseer is so bloody farmed. He doesn't even have to really do anything yet.
Yeah, Bok is
He can go into the Greaves. He can buy the full pipe. He's not under any time pressure to get this Aghanim Scepter done whatsoever because he's just so big already, and the Terrorblade really won't hit critical mass until a long time still.
Bok continuing to farm, as you mentioned, already has quite a lot. Look at the lanes. The side lanes are literally in the face of EHOME, and they're not doing anything about it. This Terrorblade should be helping a little bit with those, but he is not. Doesn't have the courage to go for it. Jing will show himself in the mid lane. This should be a kill. You can't do anything with, but there might be a bigger kill in the top lane. Akashi running towards Knight. Knight will be fine.
And he is getting close to his BKB, which finally gives him an opportunity to properly use his Firefly to farm. Oh, come on, Bok, give me a break.
Yeah.
And I think this is why MKS was not helping out with the lanes at all.
For sure. He tried to go for the Sunder there, but a very well placed vacuum, just making sure that he can't do it. Just he was half HP actually, and he just dies to the vacuum damage. And now top lane, Knight. Ooh, man, was that close?
Not even a little bit. Nature's Prophet is going for that Ag you mentioned, by the by.
Yep. I think Aghanims in this game is gonna make sure that EHOME cannot leave their base when they have their tier 2s up. That's just how it feels.
Yep. Like, and everywhere Knight goes, there are enemy heroes.
Oh,
Salad
Salad double traps himself. That's not gonna be good, and the Batrider in a lot of trouble. Bok is running in. Knight will be surviving there barely. Now the big demon is here, and he's gonna be getting the hits in. Let's see if MKS can do enough. He still has a Sunder. Akashi coming forward, no rage on him, so you have to be very careful. You've lost your highest net worth hero. Sure, you killed the supports, but finally a fight that EHOME are gonna be somewhat happy with.
Somewhat satisfied indeed. You're going to not really be getting too much out of this metamorphosis, but it's good enough. And you did get to take a fight here where the wall of replica was down because Polaris was simply a little bit too far up in your face.
Knight is finally getting closer to the BKB. He's gonna be needing around 1,000 gold to finish that one off. Terrorblade, he's looking towards the Scotty and the BKB. I don't know if he can be getting away with the Scotty. I feel like you go for a Scotty, you lose your life at least 2-3 more times before the BKB is done.
I think so as well, but at the same time, the Scotty is the only thing that's going to save him from the matchup into the Lifestealer, because Lifestealer is already such a hard Sunder target. Like, you want to actually have something for the man fight there.
Lifestealer now has the Deso, so that's gonna be ripping through these heroes of EHOME, especially when he does get the sidekick there onto him, and they give the Aegis to the Lifestealer. Very weird. I thought that was gonna be going to the Nature's Prophet, but Mac, he thinks he doesn't need it.
I mean, if the Lifestealer is ready to just frontline, I do think that Nature's Prophet is pretty correct in that assessment.
Okay. One thing that I didn't mention when I looked at this Scotty, if MKS finishes off the Scotty, he doesn't really have to fight. At least his illusions are gonna be stronger. So maybe you can finally start dealing well with the lanes.
Yes. And the real problem here is, of course, that anything that gives you more stats also is going to give your illusion more stats. Like, you'd want to be in a position with his Terrorblade where you can go for, you know, the Manta Butterfly kind of build, but that just doesn't do versus a Lifestealer.
Oh, poor Salad.
Infested right now, by the way. Yep.
Oh, he does have the rage there. Salad, not even close. He gets it again. Oh no, it's actually gonna be Infest.
Infest. I mean, it's a cool steal, but I don't exactly know what you do with that apart from saving people.
Yeah, your Terrorblade gets low, you get into him with the Infest. You buy him some time, and then he gets the Sunder off. We'll see if that's a play that EHOME can make in this game currently. They just have to be running away, but good thing for them is that they are finally keeping the bottom lane pushed in.
Yes. And finally as well, that is the BKB over for the Batrider. That means that he can finally actually farm with Firefly without having to be afraid that a Nature's Prophet teleportation is going to immediately, instantly kill him when that spell is down. Top lane Infest, first and foremost, is going to be used to save Salad's life.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm okay with that one. And now he wants to come out of this tree and just do damage and lift up Akashi. Let's see. No surprise so far.
Scouted.
He said like surprise, and when the Lifestealer comes out, he is surprise. It's very nasty there. The ward will be placed in the mid lane. EHOME are okay with fighting here, and currently their ward is not gonna be under sentry vision. It's just out of range.
It's the little things that need to go right when you're playing a defense like this. Like 7k down at 20 minutes. Like, and there is item difference this time. This is not an empty gold lead.
That is true. The Darkseer went for a pipe. He's going to be going for the Guardian Greaves as well. They're looking towards Knight, and he's going to have to pop his BKB. That's not a nice way to use your 9-second BKB, but it is what it is. Currently, hook shot.
Very, very clever play from Polaris there. Marcy taking the catapult out of the way so that Clockwork could shoot his shot, but it was just like a fraction of a second late. That would have been really hype if they hit that.
Yeah, the Marcy has been very creative with the disposals. Even in the laning phase, first wave getting close to the tower, he pulls the range creep close to the tower as well, so that it dies as fast as possible and the wave starts pushing in. So those are some nice, cute ways that you can use the Marcy with. So I'm liking that Jing actually has the ideas with it.
This Aegis is slowly timing out now. I see a ping on the bottom tower. Akashi does want to get something out of it, but it is not going to be high ground just yet, I don't think.
They're not going to be going for it just yet, but EHOME, they're able to push out one lane at a time, which is big. Knight will be caught. Knight will be dead. Now he doesn't have the BKB forced out earlier, and he's going to be easy pickings for Polaris.
Every single time. At least Xiaoyu has his own BKB yet already, and he too will be sacrificing it here, or maybe his life.
Clockwork is coming. You just accept your death. You have to accept your death here, because if you use the BKB, it's really bad. Actually, he's not accepting anything. I won't use my BKB. I won't die. Well, think again, Zhao. You will die. Mac, he TPs into a beautiful spot, and 2 hits are gonna be enough.
But you know what? He got the creep wave. He got a couple of pieces of his Agnum Scepter already. Like, things are, I don't want to say starting to look up for EHOME, but at the very least the Darkseer has finally fallen below MKS. And the gold differences are starting to look less and less insurmountable as time goes on. That said, of course, Akashi right now with the last bits of his Aegis, pretty much unkillable.
Yeah, especially now has the shard as well, so open wounds are gonna be a big deal for sure. Batrider again caught. Run away, Knight. Run away. And he is gonna be fine for now. Does go for the Firefly. Akashi, no more Aegis. He wants to run away. CML is gonna be glimpsed. He tries with the 4-stab, but the lasso will not allow him. That is a BKB from NKS, a 9-second one. They're gonna try to save CML without any chances to do so, but they can still re-engage now without the BKBs. EHOME, they're sitting ducks, and they're gonna be going for the Terrorblade. He doesn't have the mana. He needs the intelligence stress. Not gonna be using them at all. Zhao Yu comes forward, has that BKB. It's gonna allow him to live now, maybe, but it is still a big price that you're paying, and the Lifestealer going forward is gonna be grabbed and into the kinetic field. Static Storm. Lifestealer, can they finish him off? If he gets that rage off, it's gonna be disaster, and he will not. Nice. He doesn't get the sticks. Still, Mac is still very, very strong. He's standing his ground, and the 4 heroes are running away from him. They'll lead through the trees. Mac still staying inside of that kinetic field. You want me here, I want me here as well. And EHOME, they can't kill him, but they're gonna have the glimpse. Mac gets into the trees. He's gonna be fine for now. Glimpse onto Bach. They still want to fight. Do you really want to fight? Because the wrath of nature will take you. And CML gets into the base. Zhao Yu, the lone survivor with 300 HP. EHOME, they got ahead of themselves.
Incredible. Mac with that absolutely over-leveled Nature's Prophet, level 3 on the ultimate, just bing, bing, bing. Turns, and EHOME wanted it so badly. They wanted so badly to believe that they could turn the whole game right there, and instead MPS has come back into a trap.
What? Why did he do it? He could have just stayed back, sent his illusions, but he runs in. He gets vacuumed in, and he's just dead. No chance to use the Sunder. He's gone, and with that, their axes will follow as well.
Oh, that feels like tilt.
Infested Marcy coming in. Yeah, EHOME, they're very tilted, and they should be tilted. This series, it was in the bag in just 2 games, and it's gonna be Polaris, it seems like, that are gonna be going through it. Might be EHOME that are gonna be eliminated here in the first round of the lower bracket in the BTS Pro Series Southeast Asia. Kips, when the series started, would you have guessed?
Not like this.
Yeah, okay.
I called EHOME the favorites here, and I from what I've seen, I feel almost vindicated. Like, clearly they should have been able to take this, you know, but what happened on the field is beyond all belief.
That is true. The ball is round. Not really sure what it would be for in Dota terms, but we can definitely think of one for the future. But it is looking upwards for Polaris, and they're very likely to win this game and go through. EHOME, on the other hand, they are still very much struggling, and I don't know if there's a chance for them to come back.
No way.
No way.
No way. I mean,
was that no way in coming back or catching him?
Sorry?
Was that a no way and there's no way they come back, or was that no way because they caught him?
No way because they connected.
I know, I'm kidding.
At the last second.
I'm kidding, Kips, sorry.
Like, some of it is EHOME's own problem, though, isn't it? Like, it looked like a really cool move to put the Terrorblade onto the mid lane, and instead what it did was empowering the one hero that could make their early game a living hell, which was Bok. And those kinds of things, like, they do have to go and ask themselves, like, did we really do the best we could this series? Like, never mind, you know, Salah's performance in the previous game, but...
Oh, Lifestealer caught. He now has the BKB, but he did get his rage off. He might not even have needed it. Terrorblade has his ulti, or Metamorphosis, not really talking about the Sunder. Akashi standing his ground. He has such a long time to be magic immune, and I'm gonna go on this Terrorblade, eat him up, gobble him up. Where do you think you're going? Your wounds are gonna be open, and you have quite a lot of them. They'll get the lasso. They're pulling the Lifestealer in. Akashi just doesn't care.
Damage.
He goes for the rage, for the BKB, both of them on top of each other, and now the Terrorblade is caught. He's gonna be smacked to the ground, moved to the side, and brought down very close to home. EHOME, that is where they're gonna be going after this series, because they are not continuing in this tournament.
No, they are not, and despite their best effort time, I'd say, like, you can blame them for a lot of like the individual misplays, but as a team, like the way that they've picked up most of these challenges has been the correct way. You're just too far behind to actually make anything of it anymore.
At least this time around, Polaris are not going to be ending the game with a rampage. Akashi, he had the triple kill there, but didn't want to go forward. Salad, he offers himself. He understands it's my fault, guys. I will sacrifice for all of you. Sorry, EHOME, but you are not going through. EHOME, they've called GG. It is over. Polaris through. EHOME out of the tournament.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected to happen, but it wasn't this. And for what it's worth, right, with the advantages that Polaris did get, especially here in this last game, like this Terrorblade is on mid. What do we do? Okay, I guess we just put the Darkseer mid. And then the results of that, I don't think either party knew how devastating it was going to be to have that, you know, maximum level get your Ion Shell here station for these two very active supports. But Polaris noticed that, ran with it, and completely wrecked EHOME on their own strength here.
For sure. And Kips, well, that's gonna be it for today. We had really two great series. I think we had a lot of fun today. I would want to ask you, given that we are not gonna be here for tomorrow and the day after, we're coming in for the final day. Any favorites to who you think is gonna be going into the finals? So in the upper bracket finals, we have Blacklist versus Talon, and of course there's just a lot of teams here in the lower bracket. So any favorites from that regard, or do you think those two are gonna be in the grand finals as well?
I would like Xerxia to make a longer lower bracket run. I also think that Boom is definitely the upper hand over Fnatic. No doubts there whatsoever. And as for Talon versus Blacklist, I think whoever goes to the end is going to be meeting Talon there.
Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for today. As I mentioned, we did have two great series. The first one was also an elimination series. It was Fnatic versus Spawn. Fnatic won it 2-0. The Spawn, they did put up a fight. Second series, the one that we just watched, Polaris, they eliminate EHOME after a detrimental performance in game number 2 from the side of EHOME. But tomorrow, we're also gonna have lower bracket series. It's gonna be Xerxia versus Polaris, and it's gonna be Boom Esports versus Fnatic. Those two series, the action will be brought to you by Bluescale and Automo, and also the day after. But on the final day for the lower bracket finals and the grand finals, me and Kips are gonna be making our appearance to end this awesome tournament that we've had so far. Thank you all guys for watching. You were awesome as always, and we'll see you all in a couple of days. But tomorrow at 10 CET, the BTS Pro Series Southeast Asia, it continues, so be sure to be here.